All right, in this video, we're going to go through what it's like to live against the Sandia Mountains in the beautiful neighborhood of Sandia Heights, one of the most desired neighborhoods in all of Albuquerque and New Mexico, I would say. It's tucked up there against the Sandia Mountains. If you've ever heard of the Sandia Tramway, the second longest in the world, I think now, was previously the longest tram in the entire world.
Oh, from the top of the mountain down?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the beautiful restaurant at the top, 103, was built, I think, back in the 50s or 60s to allow people in Albuquerque to get to the ski area quickly. And so I can't even imagine what it was like riding up that thing in the 60s. Just seems a bit sketchy.
And that's on the east side of the mountain range, right? The ski.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize that even exists.
Absolutely. Well, the way the mountains, as I understand, and I'm probably going to get corrected by, what would you call that person that studies land?
Geologists?
Geologist.
Yeah.
The Sandia Albuquerque was flat, and the Sandia Mountains came up like this, so it's more angled on the east side.
Okay.
And on this west side, it's very steep.
Yeah. Plus
Right.
it has more snow.
More snow, higher elevation.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying, like, when we look at the mountain from far away, it looks flat
Oh, I see what you're saying.
on this side. On the other side, when you look at it from Paco, it's quite angled as it comes
the
down.
topography is better for skiing.
Right, the elevation changes a little bit slower.
Okay,
right?
interesting.
Less of an angle.
The only reason why I bring that up is because I was not aware there was a ski, what would you call it?
Ski area?
Ski area. It's not a resort, right? There until, I guess it was last season, we had that final dump of snow unexpectedly.
Yeah.
And it was the first time you could actually ski in that area for several years.
Yeah, they had closed it down for quite a while. Hard to find employees and hard to keep a ski area open with the lack of moisture that we had in that time frame before then. And they had remodeled the restaurant up there. It used to be called High Finance, and now it's this modern. Have you been up there yet?
Oh, I have.
Oh, beautiful.
I haven't eaten at the restaurant. They called it High Finance?
That was the previous name.
That's kind of creepy.
And it was, that old, I remember it being in a big circle and like old carpet that, like, when you step in it, kind of like syrup comes up.
Smelled like whiskey and cigarettes.
Yeah, it was just, not my favorite. But beautiful place now, great food. Also, if you hike to the top, if you take Elena Gallegos Trail, or what's the more famous one?
Oh.
La Luz Trail.
Oh, I think I've been on that, actually. Somebody forced me out there, and I was like, let me get back to the car.
So La Luz Trail, they do, runs up to the top. But if you hike up, you can grab a beer or a quick lunch. You don't have to have a more high-end dinner experience.
I took some friends from Dallas. Well, they weren't exactly friends of friends. And sorry, I got a little...
We're distracted by the peanut gallery.
Yeah, right here we've got an audience. Anyway, so you want to go to the tram, go to the top, la, la, la. And we went up there, and they wouldn't allow us on. It was the wind.
Did you have a point to make?
Well, it's a good point to add. They just opened up a new cafe up there, and it's going to be a restaurant, but it's called Homestead Cafe at the base of the mountain.
Oh.
So that
Right
area,
before you go up in the
so
tram?
that whole area where they have the little shop and stuff. They just I went there a couple weeks ago, and there was the grand opening.
Like a little cafe?
Right now they're just doing coffee in small bites, but they have that full space, and they're going to open it up. And it's sick. You can sit up there and see all the views of the mountains, or the like down by Balloon Fiesta.
So because I'm not your age, sick means good, right?
Sick.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure I'm
view
on that.
is
Well, that's like sick, bro.
it's hella dope, the view.
Hella.
Well, we're recording for normal people, so
Yeah.
it's great. It's a great view.
Well, you take what I just said now.
I'm translating to real people.
Nico just stopped by, Mr. Nico Hansen, California native,
Yes.
Denmark native. Anyways, so Sandia Heights up against the Sandia Mountains. We talked about the tram and some of the lifestyle opportunities, and that's really the draw of living in the neighborhood. It is the quality of life, being next to massive wilderness, protected space, low light pollution, low noise pollution. It's in the northeast section of Albuquerque. You can't get any further north or east. Borders Pueblo land to the north, and of course the Sandia Mountains to the east. And there are covenants in place in Sandia Heights to protect that lifestyle. For example, you can't have lights that beam up into the sky. Your home lights, the exterior lights, have to point down. There's some noise ordinances and The stucco color of your home must be a natural southwest
It's very
color.
uniform and cohesive there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You may not like this as a previous Corrales and chicken owner. So
Yeah.
only household pets allowed, cats and dogs.
Well, that would work for me because, my chickens come in my house. So,
Oh, they're household pets.
oh, yeah, their household. Yeah.
They hang out on the sofa and stuff.
Yeah.
Back to Sandia Heights. One thing to talk about, we talked about covenants. They're on community water, septic,
Oh, they're on septic. Wouldn't have thought.
and their dues cover security as well. So community water, septic, security,
So is it
$15 a month.
Is it a community septic?
Nope, private. So I think you have to have your septic tank pumped, and that's managed.
So every house has a septic tank.
Every house has a septic.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yep.
Well, the thing that I love is, of course, you get the grandeur of the mountain, but it's a different kind of feel because it's right up on you. Mm-hmm. And it's a completely different feel from being back and having,
I talk about this because I mentioned the, just topography of the mountains and how it's more flat on the east side than it is on the west side. The side that we see, it seems you climb distance. But like, for example, the trailheads, Elena Gallegos and La Luz, when you really get that close and up close and personal, you see the layers and
right, and
the
the
depth.
boulders and the
Yes, and and when you're living in Sandia Heights, you don't get that flat feeling. You can tell there is crevices and space within there. When you take the tram up, you go up and then down into this deep section where you don't even see that for most of
just
Albuquerque. Massive expanses of space and huge boulders. When you drive up to the tram or anywhere in Sandia Heights, you see these massive boulders and you go, are those going to fall someday?
Yeah, exactly.
Some are sitting right up, ready, primed to just.
And you were showing
flick
that
it off the
house.
edge.
You were showing a cool house a few months back.
Yeah.
And you sent me some images. And I don't know if it was High Desert or Sandia Heights.
That was Sandia Heights, yes. So Sandia Heights is cool because a lot of them do have that natural Pueblo style with the natural stucco color. But the house that I showed was all wood clad. We were trying to figure out what type of wood around the outside. Very mid-century modern feel.
But nestled in the boulders, and there's the deer, and it just felt
Deer
like
walked up to the house while we were
almost
there.
on another planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
The access to nature and wildlife is right at your doorstep.
Yeah.
Literally, if you put out a feeder in your backyard, which some people do, you will have deer frequent in your backyard. Mountain lions.
Yeah.
All the stuff of being close to nature, right? Those are the trade-offs of being close to something like that. And we talked about Malibu previously, being close to the river and how humbling that is. Part of that is also the wildlife and the things going on in the ocean and in the mountains. That's nature. Nature is brutal.
Yeah, it is.
It's beautifully brutal
right
in that regard.
Why you should have a 70-pound deer hound, because then you don't have to worry about the coyotes and the mountain lions.
Well, I've heard stories of people, leaving their windows open at night so their evaporative cooler runs and a mountain lion sneaks in and they wake up and there he is inside the house. Yeah.
And maybe bears too, huh?
I'm sure they get bears, lock your trash situation.
Yeah. So is it one giant HOA then for all of Sandia Heights?
Yeah,
because it's a pretty large geographical area.
Right, but each section has a different HOA within that and different covenants within that. And so there are some lots that are smaller, closer to tramway, smaller lot sizes, different covenants, townhomes, up into the bigger properties as far east as you can go into the foothills. And those are on different HOAs. So there's a number, and we'll post an overlay of what the website is that you can go and review the covenants for each individual section.
It's I would say it's my second favorite location over the river valley, because I like all the lushness of the irrigation and landscape. But if I had to live in the desert, that would be where I'd live.
Yeah, beautiful. Most of the homes were built in the 70s, so if you're looking for a home, keep an eye out for aluminum wiring, although most of them don't. And just some older home
But
concerns.
they're all Pueblo architecture.
Most of them, yes.
Yeah, they have a very conforming.
With some really interesting
modern.
There's some of that mid-century modern mixed in there with expansive windows and low roof lines that really it's meant to be living indoor-outdoor flow.
Yeah.
With incredible views, not only of the mountains to the east, but to the west down into the river valley,
absolutely.
the city, the airport, you can see all the way to Mount Taylor and the volcanoes before that. Just a peaceful setting, attached to nature. If you like mountain biking, if you like hiking, if you like being outdoors at all, bird watching, that is quite literally at your doorstep. We mentioned the deer previously, walking up to the house. The house is in Sandia Heights, so remember, this is including some of those townhomes and the cheaper, I shouldn't say cheaper, the lower priced homes closer to Tramway. The average home sold for $685,000 over the last year. Average home was 2,567 square feet, 23 days on market, which I think is the least days on market we've seen so far.
Oh, they sell pretty quickly, all of them.
Yeah, highly desirable.
Low inventory.
Right, and we talk about some of these bigger, more expansive homes in Corrales, Los Ranchos, and particularly North Albuquerque Acres.
Right.
And I think there is, for many generations, a desire to be in something more reasonably sized. 3 or 4 bedrooms, or 3 bedrooms plus an office, 3 bathrooms, about 2,500 square feet is just a sweet spot for a lot of people.
If I could use this term, I think the closest thing to old money in Albuquerque would be really in Sandia Heights.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
And it's also desired for those that have looked in Santa Fe and kind of want that feeling in the foothills, but a little bit more reasonably priced. And so the access to shops and restaurants, everything is down Paseo. You're a little bit further away than most of North Albuquerque Acres from those grocery stores, Trader Joe's, 10 minutes away. And with that, you're a little further away. So from most of North Albuquerque Acres, you're another 5 minutes up to Tramway. And then if you're deep into the foothills, very far northeast, that's another 5 minutes. So your commute times to, let's say, downtown vary from 20 minutes to 30 minutes.
But Tramway is a pretty convenient thoroughfare.
Right. And Tramway leads to
20 to 40.
What's before that?
Oh, well, the casino. Yeah, of course. And Tramway will take you anywhere you want to go.
Well, I think school districts, crime, do your research on that. Usually the school districts are highly rated. Crime map, you should look at that. Not going to comment. But the quality of life of Sandia Heights is the draw. And I said it a million times, I'll say it again. The access to amenities really determines the demand and desire of a certain location. And it doesn't get much higher than Sandia Heights in Albuquerque.
Doesn't get much what?
Higher.
Higher. In terms of the quality of the...
Quality of life and demand.
I got you. Yeah, that's...
Both are as close to maxed out as you could probably get.
That's it. And still relatively moderately priced.
$685,000.
Compared to the rest of the world.
Absolutely.
You get a much higher quality of life and a much lower cost footprint.
Right. If we talk about the average sales price of homes in Albuquerque is around $420,000. $685,000 for that access to nature, and the average home in Albuquerque is around 1,800 square feet. So you get that extra bedroom, that office, maybe another living area or a large kitchen. It just seems like such a great value.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can tell why there's that demand. Anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Slow?
I can't think of anything. You've covered it all.
I think that the imagery and the overlays that will be put through this video will be almost more helpful than what we're describing, because the views and the way that the community is set up with these winding roads and no gutters or sidewalks or street lamps, that, it just feels like you're there in nature. And so if you have questions, concerns, if you're thinking of buying a home or selling your home in Sandia Heights, give us a call. We'd love to talk through that, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.